Hey guys, Madison here. Welcome back for another Film Friday, and this week I'm going to be reacting to The Sting. This is another one of those instances where I have never heard of this movie. Like, I never heard of it until I watched Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid on the channel, and so many people in the comments were like, you need to watch The Sting. If you love Paul Newman and Robert Redford together, you need to watch The Sting. The duo returns, and so here I am. I think 4 weeks later. I think it's been a month since I watched Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, so I think it's time for another dose of Newman and Redford. What do you guys think? So yeah, I know absolutely nothing about this movie except that it features these two. So I'm in for a lot of surprises today, I have a feeling. So without further ado, let's do this, guys. And Robert Shaw, we just saw him in Jaws a couple weeks ago. Illinois.
We had a few problems with the law this morning. The mayor promised to get tough on the rackets again, so he shut everybody down for a couple hours to make it look good.
We cleared 22 here.
Oh, what the hell? You got the whole Chicago South Side. How do you expect to eat lousy spots they got to compete with that?
Stop! Hey, you! Stop that man! Stop him! Stop him! He's got my wallet! Stop him! Stop that man! Stop him!
They don't get it. I'm dead.
It don't look good, Gramps. It's almost 4 now.
I'll give you and your friend $100 to deliver it for me. I'll give you the whole 100.
Hey, what makes you think you can trust him? He didn't do shit.
Hey, but I the wallet, didn't I? How far is this place? 1811. They think I've been holding out on them. My wife got sick and I had to pay the bill. I wasn't holding out on them.
Stuff it down
I
your
always
pants
been good
here.
for the money before,
Like
but
that.
this
Got
time
it?
they gave
Uh-huh.
Why is he running? That's gonna be so much more obvious than just walking.
Where to? What's so funny?
I just made the world's easiest $5 grand.
Oh my goodness.
Good God. We're millionaires.
He conned the con man.
$3 grand on the rent, Jimmy.
$3,000.
No, I feel lucky. Come on.
Waste your money, man.
22 black.
Tough luck, kid.
Oh, don't worry about it, Odysseus. Don't worry about it. $3,000.
Thanks, sir.
Comes in here with $50. He's gonna spend on me $3,000.
That didn't go well. How'd you do that, man? Your odds aren't good when you're playing a game like that.
What happened to the money?
He lost it to a couple of con artists on his way out of the spot.
How much?
11,000.
I better get on the phone to New York. See what the big Mick wants to do about it. Pretty good idea, though.
Uh-oh.
Have some local people take care of them. Nothing fancy. You gotta discourage this kind of thing.
Hooker's about to be in a whole lot of trouble.
Johnny Hooker! Ah! You ain't a shopper in them linens.
Evening, Louise.
Hey, Ma! Chop, I didn't know you no better.
Me and Luther didn't make much on it, but it wasn't so touchy. And Moss can beat Chop off.
Just threw it onto the hook.
How much did you lose?
All of it.
All of it.
I wouldn't be getting out otherwise.
What the hell are you talking about?
I've been looking for this one all my life, Johnny. Now I have a chance to step out when I'm ahead. It ain't too exciting, but it's mostly legal.
Mostly.
I got an old friend in Chicago named Henry Gondorf. I want you to look him up.
That's the way you want it?
That's the way I want it.
You ain't gonna have anything if you don't lay off the games a chance. There's a depression on, you know?
Yeah, there's always a depression, huh?
Maybe you could buy yourself some things.
What?
New clothes, a car.
I got clothes. I don't know how to drive. What else you got to sell here?
All right, forget it.
Hey, Hooker!
I don't cut no ice with Lonigan. He'll swat you like a fly.
Yeah, a smart egg, hooker. No sense getting dead over $2,000.
I thought you blew all your money.
I did. Stuff I gave him is counterfeit. They'll spot it the first place he tries to spend it.
Crazy giving him counterfeit money?
I'm learning. I'm learning nothing is what it seems with this guy.
There's no answer at Luther's.
Hope Luther's not in trouble. Dang it.
Come on.
I love this artwork, like turning the page kind of thing. Is he under the bed? Nope.
The great Henry Gondor.
The Conda senator from Florida on a stock deal. Little lobbyist thought he was going to take over General Electric.
You played any big cons since then?
Oh, I landed around a bunch of bow-hung towns. You gonna stay for breakfast, and you already know how to eat.
Is Lonigan after you, too? I don't know. Ain't seen anybody.
You never do, kid.
You want to keep after him?
If he ever finds out I can be beat by one lousy grifter, I'll have to kill him and every other hood who wants to muscle in on my Chicago operation.
He runs a numbers racket on the south side. He owns a packing house, a few banks.
Yeah, and half the politicians in New York and Chicago are fixing this world gonna cool.
I'll get him anyway.
Why?
Because I don't know enough about killing to kill him.
You can't know you took him.
You're scared of him.
You're talking about a guy who'd kill a grifter over a chunk of money, wouldn't support him for 2 days.
Getting a makeover.
They're the ones who hit Luther. They also got the numbers runner you conned. A guy named Matola. Found him in a quarry with a knife in his eye. He's vindictive as hell, Henry. Kills for pride.
He's a Grand Knight in the Knights of Columbus, and he only goes out to play Pharaoh. Sometimes plays 15 or 20 hours at a time. Just him against the house.
What?
He won't touch him.
Does he do anything where he's not alone?
Just poker. And he cheats. A lot of high rollers ride that train just to play him.
That sounds good, JJ.
What are you gonna do? Call the cops?
I don't have to. You'll be busting in on the chief of police just up the hall.
Oh boy. That was a power play or a really good bluff right there.
Oh, by the way, have you guys been passing bad money lately?
He's not as tough as he thinks.
Neither are we. You get me in that game?
Oh, I don't know. There's usually a waiting list. I'll get you first alternate, sir. See what I can do.
Twist, you know this guy?
You see him. You tell him he better pay up before I get to him.
Oh boy.
Well, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Horseface Lee, Slim Miller,
Suitcase Murphy and the Big Alabama are in from New Orleans. Crying Jonesy and the Boone Kid from Denver.
The Alabama.
Dookie, if this thing blows up, the feds will be the least of our problems.
Ain't that the truth? He's here.
He's waiting for you in the card room.
Let him wait.
Feel like this is too easy. He probably knows they're trying to con him. It's gonna go wrong. As someone who can't even shuffle a deck of cards, I'm just like...
Sorry I'm late, guys. I was taking a crap. The name's Shaw.
We usually require a tie at this table. If you don't have one, we can get you one.
Hey, that'd be real nice of you, Mr. Lonergan.
Lonigan.
So he's going with the drunk act, huh? It's a good way to make them underestimate you.
Call and raise. 300. Come on.
You're 3. And raise 500.
3 tens.
Name's Lonergan. Doyle Lonergan. You're gonna remember that, Mr. Shaw. You're gonna get yourself another game.
Hey, Eddie, we brought you...
All red, queen high. Well, it finishes me. Don't worry about it, pal. They wouldn't let you in here if you weren't a chump. Lombard will be joining you in a couple of minutes. Now, look here, Shaw.
I've had enough of this game and quite enough of this company. Check me out.
Stack me a cooler, Fly.
Mm-hmm. I hope he knows how to counteract the cheating.
Year 2000. Mr. Clemens, give me $10,000 more. 4 9s. 4 jacks.
Huh?
You owe me 15 grand, pal.
Oh, man. I don't know how he did it, but he pulled it off.
How do I know you won't take a powder? No, not
All right,
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send a boy around to your room in 5 minutes. You're on, kid.
I can tell you, it's a hard act to follow.
How'd it go? You got working money?
We can't let him get away with that.
What was I supposed to do? Call him for cheating better than me in front of the others?
Shaw's been planning to beat your game for months. He's just been waiting for you to cheat him so he could clip you.
Who do you think you're talking to, Aaron boy? Nobody sets me up.
What do you think Shaw'd do to me if he knew I was telling you this?
Why, the rat?
I want to take over his operation, and I need you to help me break him. I was supposed to go with Shaw.
Explain it to him somehow.
Yeah, but he's expecting
I'm
me to
giving you
go.
a lift home. You follow?
This is gonna be interesting.
What makes you think you can beat him?
I've been planning this for 2 years. I know his organization backwards and forwards, and I need somebody who's respectable.
It's worth that much to you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe a couple of million.
Oh my gosh. Smart. As long as that guy doesn't turn around.
Hey, Hooker. Hey,
Whew.
Jake. No sign of trouble, huh?
No.
What about Lonigan?
I gave him the breakdown just like you said.
And?
It's good. He threatened to kill me.
We're not gonna tell him about the 2 shooters last night.
Joe,
I like this guy.
odds on the third race at Lincoln Fields are wrong.
Kelly? You should always look to the back, kid.
All you gotta do is take this $2,000 across the street and down the alley to Shaw's place and bet it on that pony. I gotta get back before Shaw misses me. Good luck.
Yeah.
Blue note to win in the 4th race at Narragansett.
Here they go.
$2,000 to win 4th race Narragansett.
Make sure you see the cash, Eddie. He's got a name for betting money he doesn't have.
We'll give you the results on that one in a minute. Blue note and
Great tip you handed me, kid.
Just give him time.
Chancing by 1, and here comes Blue note driving on the outside.
Nice work, Erie. He loves you.
He's third. Chancing is shortening stride. And Blue Note wins it by a nose. Lady High Gloss is second by 3, and Chancing is third by 1.
Gaining the trust.
Run those bums out of here.
15 and Peralta 20.
Mr. Shaw, could I...
Don't give me any of your lip, kid.
Up at Belmont Park.
I run them out of here.
I'll call Belmont next.
That's it, fellas.
And literally everyone in the room was in on it. That's so crazy.
We're gonna put down $400,000 next week. At 5-to-1 odds, that's $2 million. 20% of that is yours if you stick with us. All he does is hold him up for a couple of minutes till he can call us, get a bet down on the winner. Then he releases the results to the bookies. We clean up on a race that's already been run. Let's get a hold of it.
That's a smart cover story.
You've been waiting a long time for this, Kelly. Don't ruin it for yourself. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 3. You follow?
Lonigan has to be in charge. He doesn't feel comfortable. He's still suspicious. He's suspecting a sting.
Let me know when you got some.
Sure thing, Tootsie.
Oh my goodness. Look at him go. He is booking it. Turn, turn. Duck and weave. That's like Tom Cruise speed right there.
Why'd you move out of your room?
It was too noisy.
You can't play your friends like Mark's Hooker. He'll probably miss you and hit me.
Love this music so much.
I filled in for a couple of days so I can get a train out of here.
Yeah, where are you going?
I don't know. Depends on what train I get on.
Keep it.
Thanks.
What happened to your face?
Got in a fight with a raggle down at 13th. Cut me with a ring.
Brigham signed it, all right. Can't understand why he didn't tell me.
Miss Barnes? I'm going home a little early. Look, if there are any calls, tell them they can reach me here tomorrow morning. Thank you. Mr. Lonigan?
Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna leave it half painted. That's terrible.
going into Shaw's place and cleaning up on long shots. He's bound to get wise.
All right. We'll go for short odds.
But it's still...
You follow?
You follow.
FBI. Special Agent Polk would like a few words with you. You got a couple of minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Sit down and shut up, will you? Try not to live up to all my expectations. If word gets out that the feds are in on it, Gondorf will fold up the whole thing.
Wouldn't that be too bad? And you'd have to move out of this nice office you got here.
Don't crack wise with me, flatfoot. You keep your mouth shut and do a job, there'll be some reward bucks in it for you. And you better take it, because I can make you work for us without it.
What the hell good is Hooker to you?
He's gonna set up Gondorf for us.
He'll never do it.
I think he will.
I don't think so.
Right here.
I left him there.
6 race to Belmont, 15 pounds.
We can't take any bets once the races start.
I'll have $500,000 here by post time tomorrow.
We'll lay it on the first race where the odds are 4 to 1 or better. Make sure I get to the window this time.
He's bought it.
It's taken.
No, wrong way.
Salino. Hey, I wasn't...
Will.
Hey! Gotcha, Hooker!
Hey there, Snyder. Long time no see.
Get going.
Oh, no.
We've got a tip that Gondorf is gonna run a con on the south side here. All you've got to do is tell us when he's gonna play his chump.
No.
We might even provide you with a little company on your way up the river. That wife of Luther Coleman, Snyder. What was her name?
Alva.
You stink, mister.
Don't be a sap. It's not her I want.
Man, he doesn't want anything to... He didn't want her to go to jail.
You can save me a lot of trouble. I'm gonna get Henry Gondorf whether you help me out or not.
Are you? You haven't yet.
You wait till the chump is played.
Hell yes.
I mean, completely played. You come in before we beat him and I'll kill him.
He's gonna pull something.
Kid, you're not saying much.
He's gonna try to help Gondorf. He's not gonna betray him.
Revenge is for suckers. I've been grifting 30 years. I never got any.
Then why are you doing it?
Seems worthwhile, doesn't it?
See.
Wonder if he's gonna notice that Hooker was acting kind of funny. I feel like he's gonna want to kill Lonigan, finish the con, kill Lonigan, get his vengeance, and then try to help Gondorf get away when the feds come in. But I feel like at least one of them is going to end up dead. I don't know. Hopefully not both of them, but...
Looks like he missed you.
Yeah. This time anyway.
Good night, Mrs. Hillard.
You know me. I'm just like you. It's 2 in the morning and I don't know nobody.
Gondorf is sensing something is amiss. And he's feeling guilty because he didn't want to betray him. What's gonna happen, guys? I don't know. Did she take a bunch of his money? Where were his clothes? I'm nervous. What?
She was gonna kill you, kid. Her name's Loretta Salino. Lonigan's people set her up in the diner.
What? Oh my gosh.
Who are you? Gondorf asked me to look after you.
Now he really owes Gondorf.
We just got a tip that Gondorf's mark is some big New York wheel. As soon as we're inside, you get him out of there, fast, before the reporters show up.
He was afraid something had happened to him. Last phone call you're ever gonna answer.
Yeah.
You better book it this time.
I'm putting $500,000 on Lucky Down to win third race at Riverside.
What are the odds? 4 to 1. Take all of it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
$500,000 to win.
into the bar tonight. It's Lucky Dan, still a link. Dr. Twaker next.
Place.
There's been a mistake. Give me my money back. No, I'm sorry. I tell you, there's been a mistake. Give me my goddamn money back.
All right, everybody, FBI.
Oh no.
Okay, kid, you can go.
All right, I said hands up. Keep them up.
Come on! But my money's in there! There's a couple of dead guys in there, too. You can't get mixed up in that. Don't understand.
Is this really what it seems? I'm in denial.
Okay, Henry. All clear.
Okay. Okay, that's what I thought, but I was scared.
It's a nice con, Hickey. I thought you were the feds myself when you came in.
No trouble, Henry. Snyder went for it all the way.
Oh my goodness.
Well, kid, you beat him.
You're right, Henry. It's not enough. It's close.
You're not going to stick around for your share?
Nah, I'd only blow it.
I love that. That was a much happier ending than I was expecting. I thought somebody was gonna die. I was convinced. Oh my goodness. And it was all just part of an even bigger setup. Every time you thought you had, you know, the sting figured out, the con figured out, there was always another layer behind it. Just like the poker game where you think Gondorf is possibly about to lose to Lonigan, and then nope, he's got that trick up his sleeve. Man, that was such a fun movie. It was almost like it was almost like a light version of The Godfather. Obviously no mafia, but seeing these different criminals going against each other and trying to one up each other. You could not have 3 more charismatic leads than Paul Newman, Robert Redford, and Robert Shaw. Like, the 3 of them all just ooze charisma, and it was so compelling just watching them, the 3 of them, go back and forth the whole movie, because it's such a slow burn, where you're wondering the whole time, is Lonigan gonna find them out? Is he gonna figure out that they're playing him? What's he gonna do about it? And the whole time he had men going after Hooker, not realizing that Hooker was the one conning him the whole time. It's genius. I love it. Oh my goodness. It really does scratch that itch, doesn't it? Of, you know, if you enjoyed Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and the wonderful chemistry between Robert Redford and Paul Newman, then this is a movie for you, right? Oh my goodness. I love it. I love a good crime movie always. I love the darker, you know, crime movies like The Godfather, and The Untouchables, although I wouldn't call The Untouchables a dark movie, but definitely grittier and a lot more loss in it than this movie. But The Untouchables had that sense of fun to it. It never lost that sense of fun and excitement, even amongst the darker moments where it's like, oh, that was a gut punch, you know? And this movie was very, you know, I can't remember, I would have to look at who directed Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I think this was the same director. And you could definitely see the similarity in tone and that you take it seriously and the stakes are high and you fear for the characters the whole time, but there's also a thread of comedy running through it and lighthearted moments. And I love that, you know, because I love the darker stuff. I love the more serious stuff, but I also love ones like this where they're not afraid to have fun and they don't take themselves too seriously. Yeah, I don't have a single complaint about that movie. That was fantastic. Again, a slow burn like The Godfather, and that, like I said before, you're waiting to see how all these different threads are going to come together, and the whole time you're wondering, are they going to be found out? And is the con going to be successful? Are they going to fail? And then throwing in the feds at the end, that extra kind of third element of like, oh no. I never doubted for a second, like I didn't think Hooker would betray Gondorf. I thought like even if he does if he accepts the deal to protect Luther's wife, I thought even when the feds come in, he's going to try to help his friend escape, you know. I never thought he would team up with the feds against him. But yeah, just seeing that even that was a setup at the end and they totally conned Lonigan and got away with it. Amazing. Conned him out of $500,000. And it was so fun just watching them build to that the whole time. Like the links that they went to do it, like hiring all these people and like everyone in that horse racing room was planted there. I mean, it's just, again, the links they go to and the whole train setup, the poker game. I loved all of that. It was so great. Yeah, I could watch Redford and Newman all day. They're just so much fun, such amazing actors, and again, they have just such great chemistry together. But it was interesting. It was interesting that at the end there, Hooker said, it's not quite enough, but almost. And it's like, you know, he takes a lot of satisfaction in having conned Lonigan, but it's not enough for him. And it doesn't satisfy that need for vengeance he's had since the start of the film when he loses Luther. And it makes you wonder, like, what's he going to do after this? Because, like, he didn't even want to take his share of the money because he would just waste it all. So it wasn't about the money for him. It was about vengeance. But it's interesting that he saw his vengeance as just conning him and not killing him. But again, he said it wasn't enough for him. Makes you wonder if he's going to end up like going after Lonigan to kill him. Although he said like earlier in the movie, I don't know enough about killing to kill him or something like that. And it's like he wants him dead, but he doesn't or he doesn't want to get his own hands dirty. Like Hooker's not a killer, and I think he has that desire for an even greater vengeance against Lonigan, but he doesn't actually want to do it himself. Like, he doesn't want blood on his hands. So it's really interesting, like, complexity of character there. Wanting revenge, but not being willing to go all the way. Unlike Kevin Costner's character in The Untouchables. Some characters are willing to go all the way for it, and some have a moral reservation about going that far with their revenge. And I mean, they always play such likable criminals, don't they? It's funny how, you know, in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, in this movie, you're rooting for criminals. You're rooting for the outlaws to get away from the posse. You're rooting for these con men to con another con man. But this is different in that, like, they were conning a villain who does kill people and, you know, doesn't let anyone get away with anything because of his pride and his reputation he has to maintain. So they are, Hooker is a criminal, right? But Lonigan is a murderer and a killer. So we root for Hooker because he's the lesser of two evils, and he's so charismatic and likable. And Lonigan is super charismatic as well, but because he's the cold-blooded killer of our three criminals, we root against him. And it's just really interesting how characters are presented and how the narrative is structured can make you root for people that are the bad guys. You can find yourself rooting for a criminal who is conning people, robbing people of money. But we could root for Hooker because he was conning con people. So it's just really interesting how the whole thing was set up to make us root for these criminals who are just so dang likable. But that's always fascinated me, how certain stories can make you root for people that, like, in real life you would go, oh, they should be thrown in jail. They should go to jail for however many years for all these crimes they've done. But then suddenly when you step into the realm of fiction and certain circumstances and likable characters played by likable actors, I don't want to call it manipulation, but the guiding of the audience's emotions and who they're rooting for, is the science of that is so fascinating to me. And I always have to talk about the music. So, okay, about the music. I know that theme. I know it very well. I've heard it many times, and I have no idea where because I've never seen this movie. So I guess it's just a really popular theme, but again, I don't know where I have heard it. But as soon as it came on at the start of the movie, I was like, is this just like a classic song that was used in the movie, or is this the theme of the movie? And I was so confused because I'm like, I know this music. How do I know it? But I do. And I guess it's just one of those themes that kind of got absorbed into culture, and somehow, somewhere, I have heard it many times and I know it. So that was a weird kind of nostalgic feeling of like feeling nostalgic for something I have not seen. So that was a really interesting thing that happened. But yeah, I absolutely had a blast with this movie. So thank you so much to everyone who recommended it to me after I watched Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I really, really enjoyed it. And thank you to everyone who voted for it on the Patreon poll this week. If you want to see the full length version of this reaction, head on over to my Patreon, patreon.com/MadisonKTames, and you can find it there, as well as full length reactions to all of the other movies I've done as well. And I will be back next week for another Film Friday number 38, I believe. So come back next week to see which movie I watch next. And I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching.